What is it? No! 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 Oh! I am in the wrong groups. What did you do? Oh! No, go back so we can see what this is.
Hold on, we're getting there.
No.
I would try it. That's it. I'm bringing one next week.
Oh, fucking hell.
Is this in Hooligans?
No.
Liquid go.
I'm coming out of neat
How
retirement.
high
Were you?
Ugh.
It looks so disgusting. Oh. Jesus. That they're taking the time.
You can decorate and put a little relish on it. Oh, look.
Fancy ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
There
there's
it
relish.
is.
Oh, we found the
No,
extra.
don't. Yo.
And you know what goes good with that? A side of Kool-Aid, macaroni, and cheese.
That's so foul,
That's like
man.
the one I saw they doing hot dog water slushies.
Yes! It was the same person that posted that. Posted the slushies. That's.
I feel like that has to happen.
I know that it does not. I can tell you that without
Victor,
question.
can you invite me to a cookout so I can bring that?
No.
I don't want to go to your mom.
Listen, I tell you what.
Slushies have to taste better than Kool-Aid mac and cheese.
Do they? Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm the hardest working man in comics, Victor Dandridge.
I'm Ryan Seymour, King of Comic Town.
Booyah! We're here. We've got books, people. Books.
They
on
arrived
the table.
Right, they arrived on time.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
I don't know how to process it.
It's okay. It's okay. We're just happy. We will feed on your joy because it's real. It is here. They
Yes.
have happened. Yes. You have not been totally forsaken.
That is true. That is true.
Not totally. So thank you, Diamond, for getting these books here. We thoroughly appreciate it. It's good for the readings.
Yep.
All right. So starting with the honorable mentions.
Jays.
We've got one
Yes.
that's the same, and then nothing
Wildly
else.
divergent.
Okay. What's the Hidden Society? What is that?
All right.
What is that?
One of Dark Horse's new books. And Dark Horse has been hard pushing a lot of their new number ones.
Right?
With really cool programs. If you order X amount, it's strip cover returnable, so you can find that ceiling.
That's awesome.
This was a creative team that I was not familiar with, except for Raphael Albuquerque. Yeah. So it's written by Raphael Scavone, and Hidden Society is a group of misfits who have magical attunement. One of which actually knows they can do magic. Another one finds out they can do magic, and this is like legit, real, like world and reality manipulating type magic. And they are being brought together to stop a threat from something supernatural. So
Okay, give me, because like immediately I get Magic Order vibes.
yeah, no, same thing.
Okay.
It's that, but more kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon kind of way. So it's far more lighthearted.
Okay.
But really, really fun.
That's dope.
And Albuquerque's art just
He's a legend, man.
Yeah. So it's really, really good. It doesn't fill any void for Magic Order. It's its own independent
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
So what I would say is if you like Magic Order and you wanted to make a recommendation maybe to someone a little younger.
A younger reader.
This
would be the one to go.
Got you. See, and I think that's important too. Like a lot of people get really nervous about comparatives, and I'm like, no, I think
They exist
different
for a
strokes for
reason.
different folks. Yeah, like maybe I like this thing, and you'll like something adjacent,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the same thing.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start off with a complaint.
Yeah, I was going to say, you had a negative emotion off of that.
Yes, I did. All right, so X-Men Fantastic Four #2. Let's see, who's the whole creative squad here? Because we got some hitters, okay? We got Chip Zdarsky as the writer. We got Terry Dodson on pencils, Rachel Dodson and Carl Story on inks. Oh, I'm sorry, and Ransom Getty on inks. Laura Martin on color. Like, hitters. Okay, here's my problem. We're going to get to this place. After last issue, Franklin, ups and outs, decides he's going to hitch a ride with Kitty, and now we're dealing with the aftermath of that. One of the issues, namely being the Fantastic Four definitely want to know where they children's be. So this scene, where it seems as though there's some due respect being passed around, I have a problem with this moment right here and that person being incapacitated, because I feel like while, yes, that's the one that you want, that is not the person that you're going to get under any circumstance.
Yeah, and they've gone into recently the full power set and uses that this person that's weird.
Right, and later on, the reintroduction of that character allows for this grandiose move, and I'm like, that should have happened from the onset. Like, there should not have been any way possible. Like, no, I don't know. I felt like maybe there was an editorial hand, because where that should have gone, there should have been some serious ramifications of all that actually happened there. So,
interesting choices. Yeah, because they established a power level and a do not mess with level.
And then, you know what's interesting, though? Okay, so in terms of what did not happen, is it a spoiler to really talk about what did not happen in conjunction to other things?
No, I think it's
okay, good.
Safe,
Okay, so Earth X. I love Earth X, classic. The Marvel's X series is seemingly some sort of offshoot, which is brilliant. I love it. So in that one, towards the tail end of it, I believe, we have Reed reconfiguring his brain to mimic Professor Xavier so he could use Cerebro. Essentially making himself a telepath. They didn't use anything like that, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, obviously, Krakoa is set up so that only mutants can get in. Granted, only some mutants can get in. But how interesting would it have been if he found a way to, like, move his own brain so that he steps foot on Krakoa and is like, okay, so, like, we need to talk. That would have been so hardcore, because then you're like, Reed Richards, ladies and gentlemen. Literally one of the biggest brains on the planet. So, could have been cool. But I digress. I digress. Where you want to go?
I went with really, really dark books this week. And this was probably the most graphic and disturbing.
Super metal. Yeah.
Wonder Comics' new offering, Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld #1. And I've been watching and rewatching episodes of She-Ra, Princess of Power, like the new version on Netflix with my youngest daughter, Kira. And getting her those classic graphic novels that line up with that. But there are only a handful of them.
Not enough content.
Whereas this has got that same sort of She-Ra vibe. It's that same sort of wheelhouse, tweenish, teenish, not all ages, but at the same time, not all ages.
Right.
So you can put this in their hands.
All ages in meaning that multiple people can read it.
Yes.
Got you.
And it's really, really cool. It's Amethyst is going back to Gemworld to deal with some stuff. Finds out things are not even remotely how they're supposed to be. But nobody's willing to tell her what's going on.
Okay.
So she's gathering up her people. She's going to figure out what's going on and fix it. And it's just fun. It is just fun.
Love that.
Amethyst is in control. She's powerful. She knows who she is.
There should be a toy line based on these designs, like immediately.
Right. Like, this is one of those things that with DC, I'm just not sure why they're not looking at the cross-platform applications of these intellectual property.
I was literally just thinking that. Like, I mean, obviously with this setup, they have access to She-Ra. So, whoop. Okay. All right. What do we know? We don't know nothing.
I'm a humble purveyor of picture books.
This? Like, crazy talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amy Reeder did this one. Did Amy do the artwork for Moon Girl? Was she part of that crew?
I don't think, but I could be wrong about that.
I don't know either. I mean, I know I've I've heard her name many times, but just where exactly, I'm drawing a blank on.
Yeah, she absolutely kills it with this.
Absolutely.
It's
Like,
amazing.
this looks fantastic.
And it's just another... DC, when they created Wonder,
Right?
they knew what they were doing. They had a plan. They had a voice they wanted to go with. Yes, this just continues that from what Bendis had been doing.
Right?
Continues
Now,
with that.
okay, with that in mind, when you say Wonder and its plan, what exactly is the demographic that you're calling it here? Because from what I've seen, Wonder is teen accessible, and it does lean heavily towards female-friendly content.
Yes.
And I think that's very smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Where it's a gap in the market, and,
Huge.
and DC is actually recognizing that, and they're going for it, and they're putting great material out. It isn't just like, okay, here's something for you ladies.
That's important
Like, it's
too, man.
quality.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, they could have even just like swiped the Netflix She-Ra stuff and just made comics out of it, which isn't quite the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it pacifies that market, but it's not really
Like
pushing
original
that market.
content.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. Speaking of original things, Dark Arc After the Flood, issue 3, Colin Bunn, Jesus Hervas.
Who you might remember from Empty Man.
Which is why I figured you liked this.
Yeah. So dark.
Yo. Now, obviously, flipping through here, we missed our buddy Wando.
Yeah.
Juan has made such a huge impact on just the visuals of this series, and he clearly did the cover. So he ain't too far gone.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see someone else dabble in this world.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, Jesus did a great job
Yeah.
of still holding the caliber up there, but making the whole feel his own.
very much so, yeah.
Absolutely dope. Super dope. Okay, first of all, my favorite,
Yeah, because
right there.
we don't often see Shrey and what Shrey can do, and Shrey's like,
I'm going to show y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
hold
gonna
my
show
evil
y'all.
goblet.
Yeah, yeah. Straight up RoboCop, okay? That's the only way I know how to call this, is this is a RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah, only if you watch the original 87 RoboCop could you understand this reference. What I love is the weird play of politics now that they have found land.
Yeah.
Because it's supernatural, which is easy.
Yeah.
But when you start playing like a political angle of the supernatural and what these things mean and how these things would work or wouldn't work, that becomes really fertile territory because we don't see that.
They're not necessarily mindless monsters.
Right.
Like, they all have agendas. Yeah,
Many of them have points, even though they're counter. You're
like,
still like,
okay.
oh, okay, well, no, you're not wrong.
I agree with the Manicore.
Right, I really do. Like, he's like, look, I'm the one. I'm the one. And if anything else, it's because I love the way he interacts with his kid. Because he's like, you soft right now. I don't like that.
Gotta make
Stop
him-
with the tears.
But, like, look at the mug of the kid now.
I know. It's still like gangster. Looks like the baby from the original Biggie Smalls album. I love it.
They're doing a
Love it.
Funko Pop for that.
I saw that. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Funko, what can't they do right? I'm just curious. Like, is there a thing?
No.
I don't think so either.
They're nailing it.
I don't think
Oh.
so either.
Oh.
Okay, so before we get into these,
We've got one left.
Yes.
And this is one where it was on my list to read.
Yeah.
But I just did I fail?
so here's the weird thing. This is a very important issue. Something major happens.
Okay.
But the truth is, it's a stopgap until the last issue because that's really where it's going to go down.
Yeah.
That's really all I have to say about it. Like, I know, like it's weird to be like, well, before we get, but that's literally,
That's it.
it's a stopgap. It's a stopgap. I mean, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
You have to have a 7 in order to get to an 8. You have
true.
to, unless I wrote it, and then I'll just skip to 4 because I just do that. So okay, we've actually had a lot of weird changes in the business pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Dan DiDio removed.
Yeah. That was out of nowhere.
Right, like, and then there's this rumor of this 5G restart for DC.
Like, DC was not saying it was, like, they were not giving a comment on it. The
Right.
most comment they were giving was like, we do not respond to news articles.
Right.
All right, cool. And then
Clever.
we found out that their free comic book day main offering had something generational to do.
Right.
But what?
What is this?
Yeah.
So Ethan Van Sciver, he did the the Rebirth launches of Flash and Green Lantern. Did a lot of work on Green Lantern, actually. And he made a statement that if this fails, that AT&T, who now owns Warner Brothers and DC Comics, is considering shutting down the publishing side of DC. Now, I don't think that that's a real statement. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because, okay, let me be frank. I don't think that DC is losing money in any real capacity. Is that, like, as a shop owner, is that a fair statement? Like, they are not losing money. Now, there are shops that could be, but they are not.
Yeah, their market share is not that of Marvel's.
Right.
But I mean, they're still pushing pretty decent numbers on their flagships, or Batman, or Superman, or Wonder Woman. But yeah, they definitely, like, if they would get bumped up to Marvel numbers, I'd be very happy, and I could afford a razor and shave.
Okay, all right. Well, then maybe that's what we need to see, is when this 5G stuff comes out, let's try to support it as opposed to dismantling it before it ever begins.
Give it a chance.
Give it a shot. See what happens. I mean, because that's the thing I think is so interesting is, like, we live in this era now where because it's new, people are like, oh, poo-poo. But remember post-crisis? What magic that was?
Yeah.
That was
amazing.
Right. Like, this could be that again if you give it a chance. But you got to give it a chance. Just saying.
Very
just throwing
true.
it out there. All right. So moving to the acrylic, what do we got? We've got
one
that's the same, two different.
Yep.
Where do you want to start?
Oh, that's a toughie. Star Wars was one that I like. It's on my list to read. It is on my list, but I have not got there yet.
So, Star Wars. I mean, again, we've said it before. The way that they're able to fit things in to build on story that we already know is phenomenal. I was raised a Trekkie. I don't know. I didn't read any extended material, so maybe this stuff is old hat. I have no idea.
Oh, it's all brand new.
Is
That's
it really?
The beauty of it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so Chucky Soul, Jesus Saez. So here we are with the bridge between Empire and Return, and like Luke has got to find his lightsaber,
right?
Like, how did he get it back? Like, how? Going on that journey, and the stuff that they're putting in here, like, it's going to add so much to everything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so it's called Return to Cloud City. So obviously, guess where they go?
Yeah.
Cloud City. You got Lando, you got Leia, you got Luke, R2 is there. But what I love is they kind of separate and go on their separate missions because they separate, because that's what you do when you separate. Yeah. What I love is, so this is why she's there. And the implications of what that means is so beautiful. It's so sweet and wonderful and loving and strategic and tactical. It's dope. It's really, really dope. Yeah. So there's things that happen in that. I didn't give you anything. Yeah. But stuff that happens in that makes Return that much better.
That's amazing.
Like, literally that much better. Yeah. So I can't wait to see what this journey does. Because it's damn cool.
Oh yeah,
it's damn cool.
And I heard that Charles Soule, because they just announced High Republic is another, I've heard Charles Soule is going to be writing some of those novels.
Yes, he's supposed to be a part of that. Which, I mean, root himself into it. I mean, he's clearly doing a good job. Yeah. So let him live.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Which group of people are living their best lives? Mm-hmm. Just because it's on top of the stack.
Okay.
Alrighty. From Vault Comics. What? Black Star is above number 4. Lonnie Nadler, Cha Simpson. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jenna, you just killed it with this issue. Oh yeah, of course. So Nadler is channeling H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh.
Like, it's so brilliant. It's so dreamlike. You get, if you're a fan of Lovecraft, you will get drawn into this book. It gave me the same feeling that like Alan Moore's Providence gave me.
You know, it's so funny that you said it, because I'm looking at this and I'm feeling a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen vibe.
Yeah.
So I like where you're at with this.
Yeah, and she is on her journey. So the story is about this woman who is basically going to be sold, or not sold, but married off in the Canadian wilderness in the 1800s, and she gets the offer to carry this package from civilization to this town that's out in the middle of nowhere, And the only stipulation is don't look in the package. Of course, she looks in the package.
You always look at
You
the
always do.
package.
And it is so cool.
That's a word.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
It's not terrifying.
No?
It keeps you off balance the entire. It's a baby. It's a little baby. It's not a standard issue baby.
It's not at all, dude. Like it's like a baby nightmare. Like
Kinda, yeah. Like something you might see in Something is Killing Children.
yeah. And you're like lovingly like
But no,
gesturing
that's
like, "Aw."
No, but that one's cool. Not like the other monsters.
What is cool? Like it hasn't eaten
Not
someone
yet.
yet?
Maybe, I don't know. It's dietary regime. It's really it is so good. It is so good. If you're a fan of existential horror, if you like movies like The Endless, The Void, The Witch,
Nice.
pick this up.
You know what? I got to give them a shout out because I think that they are doing a really good job of comics that aren't superheroic.
Yeah.
That are still very interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, oh, this is cool because this person is writing it. It's cool because the comic is cool.
Right, exactly.
That's such a it supersedes.
Yeah.
That's important. I'm gonna go Action
Yeah.
Comics 1020. We got Bendis, Romita Jr., Klaus Janson. All right, I'm not gonna lie. The whole reason why I grabbed this one is because of this moment right here. I mean, we got Superman doing the Superman, like the superhero landing.
Yeah.
On a spread. Y'all see how I'm holding this. I can't show it to you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But the way I'm like that's
crazy.
it's dope.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times where you get to see okay, Bendis has been phenomenal in his career, period. But there's a certain level of communication that his characters do, especially when the stakes are raised, that is like dead on for a Marvel book.
Yeah.
And to see that actually brought over to a DC book and it work, super dope. Because it's always my fear, like when somebody brings Marvel mentalities to DC and it's not quite right, because DC is different.
Yeah.
But this way of being like, okay, you've got costumes. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Yeah. Like, I'm Superman and I'm asking because we're about to do this. And those that answer the call are like, what's up? Like, we're wearing costumes for a reason. Yeah. I like it. It's fun. It's a very complicated story. I mean, Bendis is not telling a straightforward narrative. He doesn't do that all the time. Yeah. But this one is kind of fun for the range of what it's going to bring into play, which I'm there for.
It's very, very good.
Yes.
Because I was worried when he went from Marvel to DC, like, did he have anything left in the tank?
Right.
He had another tank.
He had a whole other tank, like a DC tank that we didn't even know nothing about.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, y'all didn't know I was from Cleveland? Sucker. Like, that's what it is.
Next up.
Yeah.
Another one from Dark Horse Comics. And this one's under Berger Books, which is Karen Berger's line that she's kind of curating, which it still weirds me out that DC let her go.
I know.
Like, just write the check.
Even though we just said, like, give 5G a chance and all that stuff, that happened is kind of like a weird, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Why are you not? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. What do I know? So tomorrow, Peter Milligan writing it. Jesus Hervas. See ya. That's 2 books this week, dude. So good. All right. This book takes place...
Oh, no. I'm in
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Roughly our time period. And it's through the eyes... there's two main characters. One of which is like an IT tech specialist that handles cyber attacks at very high levels. But they there's something a little bit off with them. Maybe a little bit paranoia, maybe a little conspiracy. There's something that they're not quite 100% balanced. But they have a family, and they're making it work. The second main character that we see the story through is a young child prodigy, a cellist. And they haven't said specifically, but I believe, and Peter, if you're watching, let me know. I believe they have Asperger's is what's going on.
Okay.
And in this moment, something has happened where a computer virus has jumped species.
Whoa.
And kind of like the anti-life equation in
Right.
Deceased, it's now getting into humans. And it's nearly 100% fatal.
Oh.
World's falling apart. Nobody quite knows what will protect you from getting it.
Right.
And both of their families are in shambles now as a result of this plague. and he's trying to get across country to get back to his twin sister, and the father is trying to recollect his son and daughter and try to, because he knows something.
I love this.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's as terrifying as The Empty Man,
Right?
but there's like a little bit of hope.
Right. I was going to say, like, the notion that they have a goal of reconnecting in some way, shape, or form seems way more hopeful.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, really cool. I like this. So if you're a fan of The Empty Man or didn't want to read The Empty Man because it was so nihilistic, this is like
This is a nicer version.
Yeah, but like not even joking. Like it's really like I'm like these people I'm rooting for.
Oh, I love it. All right. Vault Comics is killing it this week.
Yeah, this is Vault, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 2 for on the acrylic. So high marks to Vault.
How could we not read a book called Finger Guns?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Wait, did you do 1 finger or 2?
I did one.
Oh,
Okay,
good. Nice
okay,
guy. Nice guy. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. What immediately brought me to this is the graphic design work of this cover. This is beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. And it's wraparound too.
Yeah, like super dope. Wraparound. It's. I mean, literally flipped in the way that it's presented.
Yeah.
This right here, children, if you're going to art school, is a color concept project. Like, you can actually use this in the real world. Are you serious right now? Do you see? Right? Complementary colors in this? Muted tones? What? Crazy talk. Okay, so I don't even know how to talk about this book. I'll be frank. All right, so Justin Richards is the writer. Val Halvorsen is the artist. Rebecca Nolte is the colorist, and Taylor Esposito is the letterer.
Rebecca brings a color palette to this that is so pop culture and beautiful.
Yes. Okay, so I have to compare this to movies.
Okay.
I think that's the only way that I can really kind of get you into this space. It's kind of like, for me, it's very Juno,
Yes.
right? With the character building, the character interaction.
Yeah.
It's that. I guess, I mean, there might be a stitch, which is both comic book and movie, a little bit of Scott Pilgrimness to it.
I can definitely see
kinda
that.
get there. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's an original concept.
It's not a spoiler to say what they can do because that was like part of the advertising pitch.
Yeah.
These two characters have the ability to, when doing finger guns, they can affect your personality and your mood.
Yes.
So one of them can make you angry.
Yes.
The other one, just chills you out.
Chills you out. Super chill.
So what do you get when you've got two teens from not great home lives
Right.
that have these abilities?
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
As they experiment with this new condition of self, one, are they the only ones that can do this?
Right.
Don't know. And are they the best persons to have this?
Right.
As we understand that the amount of fingers that you point does determine what the response is going to be.
Yeah.
So 2 fingers is different than 1 finger, and that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of it's such a unique concept.
Oh yeah.
Totally out there, but fantastic.
Yeah.
I really like this book a
Yeah.
lot. You're absolutely right. That color palette is so on point.
Yeah, and it's so fun. It really is, and it just oh my gosh, because it's funny,
Right?
but not like forced funny.
Right.
It's just real. It's one of the like I wish as a kid I was as sophisticated as these kids are.
I'm 100%
Like-
with you.
Like, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
For me, it's kind of like a Chasing Amy without all the potty humor.
Yeah, very much so.
If John Hughes wrote Chasing Amy, there, I don't even know if that's accurate, but it felt good.
Yeah.
It felt really good to say that. Yeah, man, I really like this.
Yeah,
This is a really cool book. I'm going to be on this one for the long haul.
Yeah.
Just to see where it goes. I love the introspection of the character's experience. You know, when you look at yourself and go, I didn't like that. I didn't like how I felt.
yeah. That's
you
not
know,
the person I want to be.
That's such a brilliant thing to experience, and definitely something that, you know, I just did a superhero therapy project where we were trying to teach kids coping mechanisms, coping techniques. I would love to incorporate this as one of those things where, like, when you're in a bad space and you're trying to get into a good headspace,
recognize it first.
finger gun it.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, I'm taking out this negative energy. Boom, 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 boom. And then move forward. I think that's kind of a dope, presentation of that idea. It's not exactly how it works in the book, but still a fun way of actually engaging.
Very true.
Comic books, man, can save the world. Literally.
Pretty much.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
All the time. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like, because we need that kind of validation.
It lets us know.
Yeah. It lets YouTube know that we're awesome. Yeah. Because we know.
Yeah.
We've been saying it
And
for a while.
as long as we get books
Yeah.
on Wednesdays, you'll have new reviews.
You definitely will. Sometimes even if we don't get books, you'll have reviews. And if you want to catch up with all that goodness, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so we drop that in your inbox like a well-manicured gift. Yeah. Super curated for you.
Yeah.
Because we do that. Although you can get in on this.
Yeah.
Comment.
Yeah.
On here.
Follow us on
Facebook.
Facebook. We'll post lists of books that are coming out that following week. Ask
right.
for your advice.
That's right.
Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Instagram.
Yep.
Hit us up on the Book of Faces.
Yeah. Because we will hit back. Non-violently.
Yeah. No, very tenderly.
Yeah. Super soft.
Almost lover-like.
Definitely lover-like.
Definitely.